And good morning and welcome back. I hope you had a restful and amazing weekend. Woo! I was on a 2 week fast and consecration, and I was off social media for 2 weeks. So that's where I was for the last 2 weeks. I was in prayer, I was in meditation, I was handling some things behind the scenes. I'm live on YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, and I believe Facebook. Yes, I'm live on Facebook. So, good morning, everybody. And if you all can do me a favor, tag your business bestie, your business compadre, your business partner. Grab your contractor's notebook because we're talking about what's new at LT&A this week. And one thing I want everybody to know is this. We do not grow alone in business. I'm going to say this again. Business was never meant to be done alone. We do not do business in isolation. We do business in community and partnership, whether that be with your business partner or with the partnerships and strategic partnerships that we form with consultants and mentors, with our suppliers, with our customers and clients. Business is meant to be done in partnership. So this morning's edition, every Monday I do what's new at LT&A. Basically, we're discussing what's coming up, what you can expect from us, such as that. Contracting chatter is now on Friday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's where we discuss what's going on legislatively with the government and how it impacts your business as a business owner and as a government contractor. Because for some reason, government contractors fail to remember you are a business. We're talking about scaling business, and you can't scale your business if you're not aware of what's going on legislatively. And everything that goes on in legislation, everything that goes on at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, everything that goes on the Hill affects your business. Do we have it? Okay. So what's going on at LT&A this week? And I want to make a request of people on TikTok. You know how TikTok be TikToking. If y'all could just share the live and tap the screen, because if there isn't any engagement, the live does some funky stuff. But anywho, LT&A is doing something called Contractors Roundtables. What the purpose of the roundtables is to discuss topics around compliance. Now, people don't understand this, but if you don't monitor the unseen, if you don't keep track with your responsibilities, that can jeopardize the stability and longevity of your business. And if you're a government contractor and you are in violation of any of the compliance rules and regulation, your billing can be suspended on the low end, and at the far end, you can be debarred. So we're discussing compliance. It's the compliance factor season. So we're doing a whole series of contractors roundtable. Now, the first roundtable is this Thursday, March 6th, here in the Queen City of Charlotte. Now, the roundtables are live, and I have decided to post them in the Contractors University after each live engagement. Somebody's asking yourself, well, why are they live? Because one, your next business partner may be in the room. Your next contracting partner may be in the room. Your next contracting opportunity may be in the room. And it's time for us to come out from behind the screens, get in person, and meet and greet with one another. That's one thing. Secondly, it's the natural engagement. You can talk to one another. You can share what's going on in your business because it's in that collective it's in that collective that you find solutions. So that's why they're live. Then we'll post whatever the recording and whatever handouts in the contractors training center. I know I said university earlier, it's the training center. Excuse my misspeaking. So the first one is this Thursday. Registration closes for it tomorrow, Tuesday. They're $99, or you can become a roundtable member for $650 for the year, and it entitles you to all of the recordings and handouts for the year. Period, point blank in the discussion. And the reason you can't show up the day of is, quite frankly, is logistics. We need to make sure there's enough space. We need to make sure we have enough materials. So people just walking in the day of doesn't really work. Now, beginning Monday, I am doing a week-long webinar, I believe it's 10 days, called Compliance Unlocked, Your Gateway to Government Contracting Success. And for 10 days, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am discussing compliance, how it affects your business, how it affects government contracts, and how, quite frankly, a non-compliant proposal leads to a contract loss, and a non-compliant business keeps you from winning recompetes. I'm going to say this again. People don't like to talk about compliance, but compliance is the key. Compliance is what makes you a winning multi-million-dollar business. You can write all the proposals that you want, but if they're non-compliant, who cares? You can bid on all the contracts that you want. However, if you're not executing in excellence, who cares? So we're talking about that next week. Going live every day. The lives are scheduled to be about 30, 45 minutes. And I'm only going live on YouTube. So if you're not a YouTube follower, follow me on my YouTube channel. And please follow me on my YouTube channel, and we can go from there. So that's my webinar that starts on Monday, which is Compliance Unlocked. Now, those of you who are on my mailing list will get some tips and some additional information that, quite frankly, everybody else misses out on because you are on my mailing list. So if you wish to sign up to what's new at LT&A, scan the QR code that's showing up on the screen, and you can join the LT&A family. For those of you on TikTok, I'm going to post the link in my description so that you can sign up for the mailing list so you can get that additional bit of information. I do not sell your information. I do not spam. I don't do all that other stuff. I only share when I have something to say. Unlike other people who will email you until you fall off the face of the earth. So we talked about contracting chatter being Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and there's just been a whole lot going on in government. I was, like I said, I was in a 2-week prayer and consecration, and I'm gonna tell you, when I just was looking at my notifications, when I came off, I was like, "Oh, I missed a whole lot." So we're going to talk about a whole lot on Friday. So join me. Make sure you have your contractor's notebook and your favorite beverage, because we're not only talking about what's happening, but we're talking about the impact to your business, potential impact, and how you can navigate. And I want to say this. This is pivoting season. This is what are you doing about it season. Those who learn how to strategically pivot, those who learn how to ebb and move will be the game changers this year. Those of you who constantly stay in the spin of, oh my God, doom and gloom, will fail to seize the opportunities that exist. Don't fail to seize the opportunities. Don't do that. You want to grab on to every opportunity there is. And there's opportunities for your business to scale and grow. There's opportunities to serve your community. The opportunities are there. Are you willing to grab them? That's the question. That's a question every business owner needs to be asking themselves in this moment right now. Are you willing and able to grab the opportunities that are available to you in this moment in time? Because they're out there, but you cannot operate in this perpetual crisis dance. Can't do that. So, as a recap, we have the contractors roundtable. Now, March 6th topic is compliance factor, unlocking government contracting success. Now, that's a deep dive that's separate from what I'm doing Monday. So don't think, I can bypass the contractors roundtable and just show for the webinar that starts Monday. No, two different sets of content, totally different. May 8th contractors roundtable is steps for aspiring government contractors. July 10th is proposal compliance essentials, aligning your bids with requirements. And I keep going back to what that contracting officer told me when I received my first contract when I started my government contracting company. He said most bids fail, one, because their pricing is off. And from some of the bids I've seen from clients or potential clients, I don't even know what y'all thinking. And two, they're just not compliant. The government is asking you for one thing and you say something else. Answer the question asked. It is just that simple. But we're going to talk about it. And then join me Friday for Contracting Chatter, where we're just going to pick up and do some things. The Contractors Conversation podcast, I just had a 2-part series on caretaker fatigue. If you haven't caught it, if you haven't seen it, you really, really need to tune into those episodes. They were valuable. We discussed it from the perspective of the employee and the employer. And somebody was like, why did you break it apart? Because employers bear a different responsibility because they have themselves, they have their families, they have their employees, they have their business, and then they have whomever they're caretaking for. Then you have employees who have themselves and their families. So there's a different burden there. And I wanted to split it apart so that everybody can see each other's or one another's burdens and then bring it back together so we can all recognize we're all in the same boat. And if we don't come together, we're all either going to sink and swim. And I'm telling you, it's one matter of fact, let's just get out the water and just get back in the boat. That's all it is. So check out that 2-part interview. My guest was phenomenal. That's what she specializes in. I also want to let everybody know the Contractors Intensive is coming up September of this year. You don't want to miss it. Sponsorship opportunities are available. More information about registration and the like is coming your way shortly. So that's what's new at LT&A. So I want you to comment on this post. What would you like to see more of? What kind of content would you like to see more of? Let me know. Send me a message. Be respectful in the message box, gentlemen. And let me know what kind of content you would like to see me cover. And I will do my best to cover it. I intend to Contractors Conversation, the podcast. We've made a switch and we're broadcasting the interviews live before we post them to the various platforms. So that is a switch this time. And I pray that you all enjoy the switch. Also, I'm releasing a new podcast. Now, for those of you who follow me on TikTok, you may have stumbled across the page, and it's called Mindset Matters. And that is because people fail to understand the importance of mindset. And quite frankly, every level of your life, every level of your business requires an up level and a renewing of your mind. So we're talking about that. Mindset does matter. It's a new podcast coming out. I don't have the release date yet, but be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, I have some snippets of some conversations that I'm looking to cover. I am looking for guests for that podcast, so be on the lookout for the registration form and the like. So that's what's new at LT&A. I'll see you guys Friday unless I decide to go live on Wednesday. Have an amazing, empowering week, and be careful out there in these government streets. Have a good one. And if you wish to contact me, I'm on all social media platforms at LT&A Consulting Group. If you wish to book a consultation, it's ltacg.as.me. With that said, a stressed mind never creates. So take some time throughout the day and enjoy yourself. Remove yourself from whatever problem you're working from because your answer is in the peace, not the storm. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Have a good one.